to another episode of the Bread of Life Young Adults podcast. I am your host, Pastor Ngosan Kandu. I am the lead pastor for the Young Adults Ministry. Today I'm very excited because I am interviewing someone that never knew that I actually look up to him in his business. He has achieved things that I'm looking forward to achieve, and today we'll delve in the nitty-gritties of what made him a success. Mr. Phiri, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So for you, it will be a different kind of interview.
Okay.
Remember, we are standing today, unlike sitting. So I'll ask you just a few questions. We call them the rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So the first category is I'll ask you two things. Then you choose one.
Okay.
Zambia or South Africa?
Zambia.
China or Dubai?
China.
Zikari or Yamamfumuche?
Zikali.
Okay, the next one is just a question. Who would you want to either have dinner, lunch, or breakfast with? Either dead or alive, somebody that you look up to, someone that you would actually wish just to spend either some 30 minutes or 1 hour in life.
In life. Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Dinner with my late dad.
Ah, awesome.
What was the other one? I had two options?
Yes,
Just-
two.
okay.
Yeah, two people. Another person?
I'm trying to think of one. Dead or alive that I would want to. Chairman Mao.
Chairman, you need to
That's
go to
controversial.
China. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, no, sure. You've been a success in a number of endeavors that you have actually undertaken. You know, before I knew that you are actually the visionary of Yamamfumuche, you know, we used to be amazed as in, who is this person? You know, and then later on we realized that actually you are the visionary and the person that actually started that brand. You know, ideally, we usually see a number of Western brands in Zambia, but then you went all out to actually just build a brand from scratch to where it is now. What was your inspiration?
I was inspired by my love for creativity.
Okay.
I think for me, growing up, I've been an artist, drawing, anything to do with creativity. I'm drawn to such things.
Yeah.
And having to mix my love for creation and my love for fashion, that just blended in quite well. And it started as a, one of those wild thoughts you have, but then slowly started becoming a reality.
Yeah.
Because we could do it locally. I think the first thing we did was to print a t-shirt.
Oh, awesome.
So t-shirts were easy. You can get them done in Zambia. You can find somebody who does t-shirt printing and they print it for you. But then the question was, is this all we can do? There are so many other things that we can get into. Why should we stop at just t-shirts? And that's where the whole idea came in. And I remember after that, we made some wristbands, just trying to get to know the whole process of wanting our logo to be on something. So that's where everything began, and we decided let's just push it to the to the max as far as we can take it.
But why Yamamfumuche? Why Zikari?
Why Zikari?
You didn't have any other names to name your brand?
So the brand initially was for Kings Only.
Ah.
Yes, for Kings Only. But then when we want to build something that we can localize as our own, you don't use English. Tufuna Chinyanja. So now the question is, what are we going to call it? For Kings Only is nice. It's got that punch to it. But then how can we make it local so that people can relate to it? So we decided, okay, let's try and translate for Kings Only, Tifake Mchinyanja. And then after so many translations, we settled with Yamamfumuche.
Awesome.
And that's how the brand was born. Then from there, we created a logo and we carried it. And that's how we came up with Yamamfumuche. Zikali brand was a pilot for the Yamamfumuche brand. For Zikali, the name comes from the stuff we were selling and the stuff that we were selling.
Yeah.
Nivikadi. So when we were thinking about a name, initially it was legit shoes. So again, we're talking about legit shoes. Then we had legit stores in Zambia. Should have been a South African brand. So we had people confusing their brand and ours. So we decided, the only way we can be set apart is we go local again. So we looked after some names, and then finally we landed on Zikali. Why? Ipeveti dinavo Vikali. So sapato zatu ni Zikali. And we decided we were going to go with this one, and the name stuck.
Awesome. How's your typical day? As in, what time do you wake up? What time do you sleep? And what is your routine on a normal day?
So my routine, my mornings are late. Usually 9, I wouldn't say I wake up at 6, that would be a lie. But my nights go in really late because I have a lot of work to do deep in the night. When people are sleeping, I'll be on my PC, I'll be looking at the numbers. So you find sometimes I'll sleep at 02, sometimes I'll sleep at 01. So for me to wake up early, it's a hassle. That's why for me in the morning, it's important that I have coffee.
But coffee first.
But first coffee. So if I start my day without coffee, if I had a normal evening, it's going to be okay. But if I had a late night, I just need that cup of coffee to kickstart my day. Otherwise, imavuta.
Okay, but how do you now keep track of the stores that you have and the workers that you have in the midst of trying to make sure that your brand, the manufacturers are on time and everything, so that when people come into your store, they do not find merchandise that are finished and all. And then at the same time, you need to keep sane. I believe you are married now, so you need to take care of your house, your family, you need to take care of the business, you need to take care of your employees and all those. How do you strike that balance, and where is the place of consistency and discipline?
I think it's a huge sacrifice. That's all I can say, because for you to spearhead all the stores, make sure that everything that is happening there is what you want, can be quite stressful, and it borders on finding the right people that you can leave in the stores, because if you don't have the right people, they're going to ruin what you're building. For running the stores, you need to find very reliable people. You don't so you need to work closely with everyone, be able to put systems in place that can work with or without your presence. And then also with, social media has made things a bit easier, because I'm able to do maybe online sales while I'm home, and then people physically attending to clients in the stores. And when it comes to reaching out to suppliers, factories, because of time difference, we have the social medias, we've got the various platforms that we communicate with our suppliers, but then it borders also on the relationships that you create with people, your employees, your suppliers, because suppliers sometimes can be funny. You're expecting something and they send you the exact opposite of it. Yeah. You requested for a sample which is high quality, then they send you something totally different from what you wanted. So it requires you to build relations with people, relations with factories. So when you travel out, it's not just a business trip. You literally get to know people. Who is this person I'm dealing with? Of course, factories do change. Maybe their sales rep from this one to this one. If you had a wonderful relationship with the previous rep, it will be easy for you to actually move on to the next one. I've had cases where a sales rep calls me or contacts me in advance. This is my last month. I will be surrendering to this person. So you can actually start chatting with this person. I've told them already where we are at. Your production will be done. The next stuff you will be doing, these are the people that you'll be dealing with. So it's quite complex, but manageable. With them, they're excited about making a 2,000. The older one is like, I need 2 pins. So you find in the long run, such things can actually work to your disadvantage. So when you start early, you make your small profit margins early on, you build your foundation so that